Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Commander Pod, your Magic the Gathering podcast for all things Commander. I'm Spencer Simpson.
And I'm Kelton Howell, and I'm excited to talk about some cards this week. I've got a list of cards. I feel like we've been doing a lot of list episodes. I hope that doesn't bother people, but we just love talking about cards.
Yeah, and this is going to be a little bit of a different list episode. Like the ones in the past, we've compiled the list together, talked about maybe best ofs, and this maybe qualifies as a best of, but it's mostly a list of cards that you have put together.
Yeah.
That I'm going to just discover as we talk about them.
I think so, yeah. And it's certainly not best of. So let me give you a little bit of background on where this list of cards is coming from. I got to play in a very fun cube event recently, and I drafted somebody's cube, and it was a lower powered cube, and they had assembled it out of cards that they kind of grew up playing. So they had started playing Magic with a bunch of their cousins in the mid 90s. And so they would get together at family events and just play Magic. And that was kind of their thing. And so it was a bunch of these cards from older sets that they had never played before, right? Or that they was new, because Magic was new. It was relatively new at the time. I, drafting the cube, had a lot of fun playing these lower power cards and ended up drafting just a ton of cards that I had never seen before, because I started playing in the original Theros block, which was 2013, 2014, something like that. And so there's just 12 years of Magic? No, 22 years of Magic that I just never played. And for the most part haven't seen unless I've been deck building.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, I really want to build my own lower power cube, because I actually really enjoyed that drafting environment. It reminded me a lot of when we drafted Dominaria Remastered, where it's not kind of the standard modern draftable limited set where creatures are really above rate, and you've got big powerful spells that draw you a ton of cards. And so you kind of have to piece together this synergistic machine that kind of, runs off of 2-mana 1/1s, right? And it's really fun. It was a really cool environment.
Yeah. So speaking of that type of set, but it's not there's not powerful stuff in those sets too, because you kind of have either incredibly powerful things or just total duds, right?
Yeah.
Dominaria Remastered, I feel one of the big hit things was Mana War, which was very good because it's a removal on a creature. Or I ended up playing an Is It Spellslinger deck that Is It Storm that did Peregrine Drake and whatever the 4-mana goblin with Storm goblin
Empty the Warrens.
Yeah. Which are both really good cards, but the rest of the cards in that deck were mostly not very good.
Yeah. And that's what I think was really cool, is the synergy mattered a lot more than just the rate of the creature, which is what a lot of modern limited sets look like. So my thought was, I'm going to look through every set from Magic's history with a special emphasis on all the sets from before I started playing, and see if I can dig up any really cool gems. And I'm going to skip over the obviously busted stuff like Mana Drain, right? From early sets. Sure. And I'm going to try and find stuff that maybe I have never seen before that still could be really cool in a limited environment. So I made it, as of recording this episode, I made it through Urza's Legacy, which is, I don't know how many sets in. It's quite a few sets in, but it's not all the sets in. And I went through and I had assembled, I think, 370 cards almost on my list of cards that I thought were kind of interesting. And so from that list, I pulled about 30 cards that I think could actually even be played in Commander, or would at least be interesting for us to talk about. So these are the vintage cards that you've never heard of. So yeah, should we jump into this? Do you want to just jump right in? I'm stoked
for this.
Okay.
This sounds awesome.
There is,
because some of these, some of the cards from these sets, the only ones we talk about are the bangers, right? I just pulled up Urza's Legacy, and the first card I saw as I was scrolling down was Mother of Runes, and I was like, oh yeah, that card's freaking busted.
For sure.
But I'm sure there's other cards from the set that I've never seen that are, not stinkers, but not Mother of Runes level good.
Yeah, none of these cards are Mother of Runes is not on this list. So any card that was I know this card, I play this card all the time, is not on this list. So for you listening at home, I want to know which of these cards on this list you actually have played before. I am very interested to hear, because some of these are for sure ones that I've just missed. And maybe these are like totally played cards that I just haven't run into. Okay, let's jump right in. I'm going to go in Wooburg order. Let's start with white. The first card is Angelic Renewal. It is 1 and a white for an enchantment. It is from, which set is this from? Weatherlight. If any creatures are put into your graveyard from play, you may bury Angelic Renewal and put one of those creatures into play.
Whoa, it's like an animate dead, but you put it on the battlefield first.
Yeah, so it's like a preemptive, what's the not dead after all, or
like,
whatever.
Like Armor of Shadows or whatever.
Or yeah, supernatural stamina. Like any of those. Like you can preemptively play this out when you just have 2 open mana, and then you can save it for when a good creature dies. I think this is really cool. And it has amazing Rebecca Gway art, which is also a huge plus.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I like that it's it has the errata bin Angelic Renewal. Because my concern with this would be that if it would force you to do it on the first time a creature dies.
No, it says whenever a creature card is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may sacrifice this enchantment if you do return that card to the battlefield. So it's a may ability.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
I think that one's kind of playable. The next one made a lot of sense. This one actually showed up in that draft that I told you about. This is Exile, and this one is from Alliances, I believe. This is 2 and a white for an instant. Remove target non-white attacking creature from the game. Gain life equal to that creature's toughness.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this is probably where Exile, the name Exile finally came from.
Yes.
Because so this is kind of like a Stroke of Midnight rate effect where it's a 3 mana instant, but it exiles a creature and you gain life equal to its toughness. The only 2 downsides are it has to be a non-white creature and the creature does have to be attacking, which is a very serious downside.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is tough because in black, where you have something like Doomblade, is Doomblade non-black?
It's just
right?
non-black. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just non-black, firstly, which is like, it doesn't have to be attacking. And while there are lots of removal spells in black, like the best ones in white still outclass this one a little bit, which is like why I think I've not seen this one. But this is still like not bad. This is great.
No, it is Exile, which is like better than Destroy for sure. So I think this is a playable card. This is a playable rate for a card if you're in a meta where people are actually doing combat.
This kind of fits in the same category for me as Oust.
Yes.
For removal at like, okay, I've played Swords of Plowshares, I've played Path to Exile in Commander, and then now I'm looking for another cheap or effective removal spell.
I've got another one for you here in just a minute.
Okay, sweet.
It's gonna feel very similar to that. Okay, before we get there though, let's talk about Miraculous Recovery. This is 4 and a white for an instant. This is from Visions. Put target creature card from your graveyard into play. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Treat the creature as though it were just played. So this is a 5 mana instant speed reanimate.
That's pretty good.
It's cool. I looked it up. There are not that many white instant speed reanimates.
Well, and even the ones in black this is about the rate for a reanimator spell, right? Like 5 mana for a common to uncommon reanimator spell. This is about the rate.
So there is a better one in black. And I think it's from Wilds of Eldraine. It's instant speed. Type instant. It's called Live or Die. Oh, it's from Duskmourn. It's 3 black for an instant. Choose one. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, or destroy target creature. So it's just like way better in black, but in white it doesn't get a lot better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. Yep, this one's fun. I like this one. So if you're playing mono white and you care about reanimating, this is actually like a totally fine card, especially if you're just okay holding up 5 mana to spend on like a card draw spell or pump into an ability or something like that. Having an ability to use that untapped mana if you decide you don't want to reanimate something.
Yeah, and especially if you care about things with like plus and counters on them, right? Like this is something that I would for sure put in like an Abzan deck where I have things that die and like maybe the counters do things when they die, or things with counters on them have something special about them, right? And so this is one that I would like if I ever build Nikara and whatever the partner is.
Yeah.
I would
Nikara
this would probably go in that deck. Yeah, Nikara and the cat thing. Yannick.
Yeah, that would be sweet. That one would be really cool. Okay, the next one is from Alliances. It is Reinforcements. It is 1 white mana for an instant. You put up to 3 target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library in any order.
That's pretty good.
I don't know what deck wants this. The deck that I'm thinking of that would be cool and is like Plagon, that plays like all of the walls. And it's like if you can chump your walls and then you can just Reinforcements them back, and then you get to draw them all when you cast Plagon and draw a bunch of cards. Like if you're able to draw a bunch of cards and you care about creatures, then this is kind of a cool card that could go in something.
Yeah, is there something about like trying to get stuff, like being able to cast things off the top?
Definitely.
Or like dodge
Graveyard Hate
potentially. 1 white is good though. Like somehow effects like this, even if this isn't that great of a card, like first of all, it's your next 3 draws are for sure things you want, which is really good. And somehow 1 white, or like just 1 pip to me, or what, like 1 mana value, like with a decent effect like this at instant speed, I'm just like, yeah, this probably goes somewhere.
Yeah,
like if this was 3
this
mana,
is a playable
I'd be like,
card, right?
Absolutely not. But at 1 mana, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like there's something you can do with this card. And somebody listening is probably screaming at the computer, I play this card in this deck and it's so good. And I would love to know what that deck is. Please put it in the comments. Okay, here's the one that I said reminded me of Oust. This is Smite, which is from Stronghold, and it is 1 white mana for an instant, destroy target blocked creature.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so as long as someone's attacking with their creature and you can just throw something in front of it, you can destroy it before the combat damage is dealt. So you never lose your creature, and this is a 1 mana instant destroy a creature.
Yeah, or anyone can throw something in front of it.
Or anyone can.
Yeah. Interesting. That's pretty good.
Which, actually, how sick is this? You can wait until after the combat damage in the end of combat step, and the creature's still blocked. And then you can destroy it. So you can wait till your opponent throws a creature in front of it, and it's a 2-for-1. How great is that?
That is awesome. I love that, actually.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually way up on this card now. That's actually a sweet play pattern with this card.
Honestly, so most of these I would honestly be considering in like more budget builds, right? Because like at 1 CMC you have better stuff in white, right? Sure. But like and also meta dependent, right? Like if you're playing really aggressive decks, but in our Precon League, which we've been talking about all the time, like 8 cents is super reasonable to just 1 week be like, I'm gonna try Smite and see if it does something for me. You know?
Yep. All right. Last one in white. This is from Urza Saga. This is one of my all-time sets. Worship is 3 and a white for an enchantment. Damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 instead reduces it to 1 if you control a creature.
Whoa. Okay, so you do have to have a creature on the battlefield. But still. Yes.
That is not a huge ask, I do not feel like.
No, especially in white where you can make tokens and stuff.
Yep. So this is like a 4 mana Platinum Angel on a enchantment.
Yeah, that's like hard to remove, hard to interact with. I do like other effects like this in white often are like until end of turn, this effect happens. And so the fact
like
that
Angel's Grace, right?
Yeah, exactly. The fact that this persists is quite good. The benefit of Platinum Angel is that
your opponents can't win the game.
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter at like
if you're playing in like bracket 2, it probably doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, so if you're playing like an enchantments deck and you can give this thing Shroud with like Sphere of Safety or whatever, then like awesome. And because like the thing with Platinum Angels, you can like equip it with Swiftfoot Boots or whatever, but it also dies to a board wipe. Where like this doesn't.
This turns
your creature
all of your creatures into Platinum Angels, and then you just have a bunch of Platinum Angels. They all have to get get gone.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Had you heard of any of those before? Was I 6 for 6? Okay.
Yeah, 6 for 6 for sure.
Okay, sweet. It turns out that Esper were the best colors for this this activity. So there's more in blue and black, and then the rest are fewer and far between. But
the rest had Hunted Wumpus as like kind of their best of.
No, I do actually have a couple of fun ones. I think we'll see.
Can I be honest? I do think though that like, I mean, obviously blue and black and white also have crazy spells historically, right? Like blue has like Force of Will and Mana Drain, like you're saying, and black has like Doomsday stuff, like all like the popular stuff from back in the day. But I think all of the like a lot of the all-stars in red and green are also just those like reserve list famous cards.
Yeah.
Like Survival,
which didn't make it on this list. Like Gaia's Cradle.
Which didn't make it on that list.
Right?
but I like some of them are just like the best in class stuff, and then I feel like there aren't a lot of things that I see. Like even looking at, as an example, looking at this Urza's Legacy where you ended, right? I see like Frantic Search and Snap and Miscalc, right? Mm-hmm. And those are cards that I see in like cubes and stuff as like still pretty good cards, even in like a vintage cube.
Yep.
Right. And I feel like the middle ground really isn't there maybe for red and green, but I'm excited to see where like...
Yeah, it's not. There's a few that I think are cool. And that there's actually one card, there's one multicolored card on this list, and it has become a new like bucket list item for me in Magic. I'm very excited about
I'm excited to see.
All right, in blue. What I need you to use your imagination on this one.
Okay.
1 in a blue, Energy Field. This is from Urza Saga. It is an enchantment. Prevent all damage dealt to you from sources you do not control. When a card is put into your graveyard, sacrifice Energy Field.
Okay.
I see the gears turning.
Okay. So you have to play this with Rest in Peace?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think there's a way that you game this where all of your cards get exiled instead of being put into your graveyard, and you just become inevitable, which is pretty sweet.
Do they ever hit the graveyard? They don't.
I think if it's a replacement so effect. Necropotence they do, right? But like Necro Dominance, you could play this with Necro Dominance.
Yeah. When Rest in Peace is on the battlefield, abilities that trigger whenever a creature dies won't trigger because cards and tokens are never put into players' graveyards. Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad that you got to the same place that I did. I think this is a sweet card. I think this is really
And then also,
cool.
I guess, just like tokens. You just do tokens and then never play any spells or whatever.
Tokens technically do go to the graveyard, though. But I guess it's not a card.
It says card. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that does work because that is how Yawgmoth's Will is worded, and that is how you do Broodlord loops with Saw in Half.
Gotcha.
With Yawgmoth's Will active, because you have the Broodlord tokens that you can Saw in Half. And Saw in Half technically wants the creature to die, but because they're tokens, they die. But if it was the card, it gets exiled.
Oh my gosh. That's such a fringe ruling. That's so
weird,
cool.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah, so I think I think this is like a mini combo.
Sick.
Where if you can get like this and Rest in Peace, then you're just like golden for the rest of the game. No one can deal damage to you until they get rid of Energy Field.
That's it. You know what you also do, actually? What's the Tamio that makes it so you can't sacrifice permanents?
Oh, that's fun. Just make it so it's just...
but it's spells and abilities your opponent's control can't cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents.
Yeah.
Darn.
Anyways, that's a fun one.
Cool,
Energy Field from Urza Saga. Okay, cool. This is one that I actually had seen before. So this one had come up, and I have wanted to play it, and I've never found the place to play it, but I think this one is really cool. This is from Legends. It is Energy Tap. It's 1 blue mana for a sorcery. Tap untapped creature you... I'm going to read the errata text because this is a mess. Tap target untapped creature you control. If you do, add an amount of colorless mana equal to that creature's mana value.
Oh, this is one I have seen, but that's because it's like the blue version of Burnt Offering or Sacrifice.
Yes, it is.
But you only get colorless mana.
You do. Yeah. I think this one's really cool though. This is more so just I haven't found the right deck for this yet. So if you are playing this in a deck, please let us know in the comments. We want to know where energy tap is good. I imagine something that's like a expensive commander that has an activated ability.
You know what you do this? You do this with technically it only gives you infinite taps though, so I don't know how you actually do it. But you could do it with Kitsa. This gives you infinite Kitsa taps, technically. Because you can, and then you have a cost reducer on Kitsa's ability, right? So you, as long as this is your second spell, you activate Kitsa, tap it, copy energy tap, targeting Kitsa, and then it untaps. Oh no, you have to tap the creature. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you're one untap away from that happening.
Yeah,
but that would be really cool.
You have to tap the creature. Yeah. You have to do it with what's it's called that makes you untap the creature. That umbral, the mantle, or whatever. Okay. Never mind. I wasn't there.
This is a 3-card combo with Kitsa. Yeah,
this is a 3-card combo with literally anything and umbral mantle.
Yeah, this is a good one. Okay, the next one. This is Equilibrium. This one is from, I don't remember, Exodus. 1 blue for an enchantment. Whenever you successfully cast a creature spell, you may pay 1 to return target creature to owner's hand.
Sorry, I was just having a hard time spelling equilibrium, so I didn't quite hear everything.
You're good. It's a 3-mana enchantment that makes it so whenever you cast a creature spell, you can also cast Unsummon.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. It's like mini Hullbreaker Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Just for creature spells.
Yeah. I like that.
I think this is a fun one. I think this is really cool, actually.
Plus, the art is very cool.
Which one? Yeah, the new art is very, very cool. The original one has Beebles on it, which is very funny from Exodus. I think you're talking about the 7th edition one, right?
I am talking about the 7th edition art, which I really like.
Which is very cool.
But I also like the original art still. That's really cool.
I know, it is cool. It's fun. I think they're Beebles. They're from Wrath. Are Beebles from Wrath? I don't think so. Maybe I'm not looking at the right thing. Okay, this one is interesting. This is from Alpha. Are you ready?
Whoa, yeah. Okay. Dark Ritual.
This one got a lot worse after I read the errata text. But I still think it's an interesting conversation. This is called Mana Short. It's 2 and a blue for an instant. All opponents' lands are tapped and opponents' mana pool is emptied.
Okay, how much does it cost?
2 and a blue.
2 and a blue. And it's a sorcery?
And it's an instant.
It's an instant. Yeah, that would make sense to be a sorcery.
All opponents' lands are tapped and opponents' mana pool is emptied.
Okay. So
what made this significantly worse for me after I read the errata is I noticed where the apostrophe was in all opponents. It's before the S, not after the S. So it is target. The errata text is target opponent. Tap all lands target player controls, and that player loses all unspent mana.
Oh, that is tricky.
I know, because it's way better if it was everybody, because then it just becomes basically a silence. Oh,
that's so funny that the apostrophe makes such a big difference there, because it says all opponents, but it's not talking about every opponent. It's talking about all of that opponent's lands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so interesting.
I do think that this is still interesting. I actually really like this idea for my cube because it's basically a 3-mana time walk on your opponent to just, you play it on their upkeep and then they can't cast anything on that turn, which is kind of cool.
That is pretty sweet.
And it leaves it so that they can't like interact with you then on your turn either.
Yeah, it's like a 3-mana time stop. That's great.
Yeah, it's really cool. But
better even almost. But they do get to play a land, so if they have a 1-drop, I guess. Then like
and they still get a draw card. But I would say that in multiplayer, this does at least turn off interaction for one player at the table.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool on your turn.
That is pretty cool.
And what got me thinking about this is the way in CEDH that you play Veil of Summer as like a check for counterspells. And I kind of feel like this is the same thing in like a more casual format where you can just be like 3 mana, I'm going to tap you out.
Yeah, it's a little bit like an Orim's chant in that way, that it's like you might have the counter spells, and so or the interaction, so I'm going to choose you to be silenced, quote unquote, this turn.
Yeah.
And then if you can stop me now, you better do it.
There's additionally a very, very cool one that I wanted to put on this list, but I believe is unplayable. It's called Drain Power. It's blue for a sorcery. Target player activate. I'll read the original text. I think it's from Alpha. Tap all opponents' lands, taking all this mana and all mana in your opponent's mana pool into your mana pool. You can't tap fewer than all opponents' lands.
I think we had a comment on our most recent video about Drain Power. And
Really?
Yes, because someone used, what was the spell that was basically a pseudo board wipe that like they had to pay 1 to keep for each creature or sacrifice a land?
Yeah, fade away.
Fade away. They played a Drain Power and then a fade away.
Oh, that's so sick.
And then they used the opponent's mana
to pay for their stuff. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I've reread it because the first time I read this, I actually think there's another one that does something similar to this. And I was like, well, that's dumb. The opponent can just tap all their mana to float the mana so you don't get any mana. But unless they have an outlet to spend that mana, you get the unspent mana.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think I realized that until now. So maybe this card is actually playable.
Yeah, because you get the mana in their pool, right? You don't just
so as long as they don't have a mana outlet or a outlet, then you can. That's pretty cool, actually.
What's also interesting about this is that target player, the way it's worded with the errata is they have to activate a mana ability of each land that he or she controls. So you can't get around by being like, oh, I tap this for like a different ability or whatever, which is interesting.
You still could. You could still activate it in response.
You could activate it in response. Very true. Yeah. Very true.
So it really does only steal like mana they can't spend off of lands that only produce mana, basically. So it's pretty limited.
I guess they could be like, whatever the new Avatar white land. Gosh, dude, I'm so bad at this.
The Air Temple.
Air Temple,
is it Northern Air Temple? Or abandoned Air Temple, I think.
Abandoned Air Temple. Yeah. So they could like put mana into that, I guess.
Yeah.
Still cool though.
Still cool. Yeah, requires your opponent not tapping out on their turn for this to do anything.
Not good with split second. Decent with split second actually, because all they can do is float mana. They can't activate abilities with split second. They can only float the mana, so they can't spend the mana on anything. So if you can do this with split second, pretty cool.
I love it. Okay, let's move on to Sapphire Charm. Sapphire Charm is 1 blue for an instant. I don't think this card is particularly good, but it is flexible, and that I like for 1 blue mana. It says choose 1. Target player draws a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Or target creature an opponent controls phases out, or target creature gains flying until end of turn.
Okay, this is awesome. So I do think this is like pretty decent. A card that starts seeing play in Tasigur sometimes, or at least has floated around the Tasigur Discord, is one that might see play, and has seen play in like Rog Thras, where you're like where your Gaia's Cradle heavy is Emerald Charm. Which might be on your list. I don't know if it's on your list.
It is not on my list, but I didn't put it on this because I'd heard of that one before.
Yes, because it's gotten a reprint, and it's kind of one of the better ones of those, because it untaps a permanent, destroys a target non-aura enchantment, or target creature loses flying until end of turn. So just a little bit different, but still pretty good. And I think Sapphire Charm might be almost good enough to do for that. Like,
it phases something out. Like slip out the back is like great. This can only hit opponent's creatures for the phase out, so it is not quite as good as slip out the back. But it is still, but it's a slip out the back that you can cycle for 1 mana, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
Okay, here's an interesting one. This one is from Urza's something Legacy. I think this one's on the reserved list. This one is on the reserved list. Second Chance, 2 and a blue for an enchantment. During your upkeep, if you have 5 life or less, you sacrifice Second Chance and take an extra turn after this one.
Whoa.
It's sketchy.
How do you abuse?
You
this
play
one
worship.
without
You play
Grizzlebrand?
worship so that your life total goes to 1 instead, and then you play second chance.
That's awesome. But you have
There's
to
a
play second
sick
chance.
blue-white enchantment deck in here with energy field and rest in peace too.
Okay, wait. The problem is it has to be during your upkeep, right? So this has to stick around a whole turn cycle or be flashed in. So you play this, and then you just
Hope.
like come at me, like see what you got, and hope people can smack you. Or you play. You're also playing black and have a way to pay life.
Oh, pay life. That's pretty cool. You can do that on someone's end step. It's good with necropotence.
Yeah, so you necroput, you greed. Grizzlebrand gets unbanned, and you
use Grizzlebrand.
Necromancy Grizzlebrand at instant speed, and then
There
just
you go.
draw a bunch of cards, and they stay in your hand.
I'm so glad we found a way to break a reserve list card.
Free Grizzlebrand.
Between the reserve list and the ban list, we are doing some work.
Yep.
All right. Last blue card. This one is sick. This is for sure going in my cube. I don't know if it's playable in Commander, so you tell me. This is Veiled Sentry. It's 1 blue mana for an enchantment. When one of your opponents successfully casts a spell, if Veiled Sentry is an enchantment, it becomes a creature with power and toughness each equal to the total casting cost of that spell, and it counts as an illusion.
That's pretty cool.
Like, it could be a 1 mana 1/1, or it could be like a 1 mana 2/2, or if it's late in the game, it could be a 1 mana 6/6.
That's pretty cool. And what I like about this is like it's hard to remove, right? Because you have to. Because often in like a limited environment or like a even like a low power limited environment, especially, you are spending some portion of your some significant portion of your mana on removal a lot of the times, on at least on bigger threats, and to get you'd have to, I guess this matches up really poorly against something like Storm, right? Where like they play like a 1 mana creature, and then they have like they have a shock as well.
Yeah,
and they
for
just,
sure.
Boom, boom, right?
Yeah.
But like if people are dropping bombs, then you're just like, cool, this is now like pretty big. It does just like it kind of falls like as soon as someone resolves a big creature, this is a blocker, and then they just start swinging with the creature and don't cast any more spells or whatever until their second main phase.
So where I think this like is playable is in an Enchantress deck where it's like you don't mind playing a 1 mana enchantment, then that's also a body.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about like combat tricks, right? So like you play Veiled Sentry, someone plays a creature, they're like, cool, whatever, I don't have to cast any spells till my second main phase. You go to remove their creature, and now if they want to try to protect their creature or counter your spell, they risk turning Veiled Sentry into a creature that can block.
Well, this will go off of any spell. Whatever.
Right, but what I'm saying is the play pattern from your opponent would be, I'm not playing any spells to my second main phase.
Oh,
right?
sure. Yeah.
And so during combat, before blockers, you're like, oh, I'm going to remove your attacker then. Yeah. And then they maybe have to protect it, and now Veiled Sentry is a creature again, and so there's like some...
Yeah, I think it's fun. And the art's really cool.
I like this. Plus the art is also sweet.
Yeah, it's really sweet, huh? All right, that's it for blue. Let's jump into black. I do have a silver border card in black. That might be cheating a little bit, but I think this card should be playable in Commander, and I think you'll agree. I think this is a card that you'll really like.
Okay.
Okay. Starting off with Bone Harvest from, is it Mirage? Yeah, from Mirage. This is 2 and a black for an instant. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library, and then you draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So we talked about like 1 white mana, you get to put 3 creatures on top of your library. This is 3 mana, but it does draw you a card.
Yeah. So we talk about a lot that or have historically talked about a lot that mill is not a bad thing, and you shouldn't be upset when people mill you and put creatures in your graveyard for the most part. This is like reverse mill, which is like kind of bad, except that it's putting it on top of your library, and you also get to draw a card.
Yep.
I don't know of any black cards. People will correct me here, but I just like can't think of a black card that's like, now take the cards off the top of your library and put them onto the battlefield or something.
Yuriko.
Ah, that's good. Yuriko is good. I like that.
This one's sick in Yuriko, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Because the things I'm thinking of are like Breach the Multiverse or whatever. But that doesn't care about them being on top of your library. Those can be in your graveyard already. So think like anything that I can think of is like mill them off the top and then
Keen Duelist.
I'm like,
this is sick with Keen Duelist.
Pretty cool with Keen Duelist. Yeah. I like that.
I don't know. I think there's enough. There's quite a few cards that are like, or like any of the Clash cards, like Marvo.
Yeah.
This is like super sick in Marvo. I think there's something here, and this one actually does rebate you a card, which is like meaningful.
Yeah, and pretty cool in like Gyruda too is pretty cool with this.
Yeah, I think this one's playable for being a common from Mirage.
Yeah, that's cool. I do like this.
Okay, here's one that I didn't know about. It was reprinted in a... Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I had
hit me with that sweet Bone Harvest tech.
Yeah. Well, if you're playing Sir Conrad, this is like a huge finisher in mill decks because they leave your graveyard.
Oh, cool.
So you just take you deal damage equal to the number of creatures in your graveyard to each opponent for 3 mana.
Oh, because it's any number. That's right.
Yeah. So you just like put them all back on top.
Sick. And
that's
Sir
actually
Conrad,
kind of sick tech.
Dang. This art also fits Sir Conrad very, very well.
Yeah. So that is the thing I can think of that is like maybe the most
really
broken thing you can do.
Okay, this next one was reprinted in a Secret Lair recently, and I obviously just had never even looked at the card.
Okay.
This is from Tempest. It's Coffin Queen. It's 2 and a black for a 1/1 wizard. You may choose not to untap Coffin Queen during your untap phase. You can pay 2 and a black to tap and Coffin Queen to put target creature card from any graveyard into play under your control. You remove that creature from the game if Coffin Queen becomes untapped or if you lose control of Coffin Queen.
I do know this card also, but mostly
cool.
because I really wanted to. I was trying to build zombie decks for a long time, and
Nice.
Coffin Queen was one that was like prohibitively expensive until it caught a reprint.
Until it got reprinted, and now it's like not that bad. It's like the cheapest one is $1.
Yeah,
which is actually great.
Yeah,
and
cool
it's
card though, very cool,
super cool card with cool art.
It's a little bit like Marieki a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a graveyard,
but for
Marieki.
graveyards.
Yeah, that's fun.
Which is cool.
Okay, this one you may have heard of before. I have heard of this one before, but I have not played it yet. It's called Hell's Caretaker. It's from Legends. It is 3 and a black for a summon Hell's Caretaker. It's a 1/1. You tap it. During your upkeep, sacrifice a creature and take a creature from your graveyard and put it directly into play. You treat the creature as though it were just summoned.
I also know of this one.
I felt like this was a U card, and you've probably played this before.
Yeah, mostly because of Sidisi. Mostly because of my Sidisi deck that I built forever ago. This is like
this
a
in
creature-based
Sidisi?
reanimator. It was at one point. Yeah, it's like just a
That's
creature-based reanimation spell that's repeatable.
Yep.
Very cool though, and the art is awesome. And I love. What is the one that I play instead of this? Or not instead of this, but there's a 3 mana one that's like tap, sacrifice this creature, return a creature card from graveyard to the battlefield. I can't remember the name of that card.
Is it the Apprentice Necromancer?
No, that one's 1 in a black, and you have to exile the creature at the next end step, I think.
Oh, you
right?
do. Yep. I think that's correct.
And so I'm thinking of I'll look it up. But what I like about Hell's Caretaker, it's sacrifice a creature, and so it's really good with things that can make creatures to sacrifice because you don't have this creature can stick around. So each of your upkeeps, you can continue tapping it to get those creatures, which I think is quite good.
That is cool. Okay, I've got another.
Doomed Necromancer is the name of it.
Doomed Necromancer. That one.
And I thought of it before I even found it. So
nice.
There we go. Boom.
Good call. Okay, this is another sacrifice one that I think you'll really like if you haven't already played this one. It's from Urza's Saga. It's called No Rest for the Wicked. It is 1 in a black for an enchantment. Do you know this card?
No. How much of that song can we play?
You'll sing it too well, and then we'll get a copyright strike. That's the issue. If you break out your guitar, we're hosed. Okay, it's an enchantment. Sacrifice no rest for the wicked. Return to your hand all creature cards put into your graveyard from play this turn.
Oh, okay. I like this a lot, actually.
It does go to your hand. This is like a worse thrilling encore, but it's also just like really great backup, especially for your commander. Like this is kind of like the white one that we just talked about, the Angelic Renewal. This would be busted is in your Shirei deck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, and what I like about this too is that it you can front load it, right? You play it as an enchantment and you just sit on it. Yep. Which is huge because having to hold up mana for this type of effect is like super obnoxious and usually never pays off. And so I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this.
I think this one's really cool. Plus, you do get to sing that song every time you activate it, and that is pretty freaking sweet. Yeah.
Also, the art is super dope.
Yeah, it's the guy from crap. It's one of the black reanimation spells. It's like 3 and a black. You get to control a creature as long as you have it, and then when it goes away, it returns to your hand. Mana value equals 4 O-tag, reanimate.
Phyrexian Monitor. Phyrexian Monitor. Diabolic Servitude.
Yes, that one. Diabolic Servitude. That is the one. Isn't that
the same guy. You're very right. Yep.
Okay. I wasn't crazy. Also, if you're not playing Diabolic Servitude, this is also from Urza Saga. It's rad. You should try playing it. It's very fun. Okay, well, that brings us to our silver bordered card that I wanted to get your thought on. And I know this is technically not vintage, but I don't know why it ended up in my list. I think I'm not even quite to this year yet, so I'm not sure. I don't remember how this got here, but Organ Harvest is 1 black mana for a sorcery. You and your teammates may sacrifice any number of creatures. For each creature sacrificed in this way, add black to your mana pool.
That's really good.
That's a sick card, huh?
That's really strong.
I think that this and they've mentioned over at Wizards that they're thinking of allowing some silver border cards for play, or at least like advising playgroups which ones may be appropriate to play, because playgroups can already play whatever silver border cards they want, right?
Sure.
But this is one that I would love to see made available to players. I think it's very cool. And nothing about this card looks like an uncard.
No. Yeah, so because it's as an additional cost, right? Oh, no. Yes. Once it resolves, you sacrifice. Once it resolves, you sacrifice any number of creatures. Interesting.
I mean, this is just a magic card. I don't know why this is only in an unset.
Yeah, I mean, that's really good though. Like that's, I mean,
it's pretty good. It's like I don't think it's that crazy though.
It's an Ashnod's Altar for black pips. For one turn. Yeah. That's actually, that's pretty sweet. It's what it is it's like, it's the go wide version of Sacrifice or Burnt Offering.
Yes.
Which I think is very cool. I'm a fan of this deck.
Yeah. I think we should let's just start playing this card in our play group if anyone wants to.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here's another one that you may like. It's called Reprocess. This is from Urza Saga. It is 2 black for a sorcery. Sacrifice any number of artifacts, creatures, and or lands, then draw a card for each one sacrificed this way.
I'm not gonna lie. What's the name of the card? I was looking up Organ Harvest on TCG Player.
That's how I know I picked a good one for Spencer.
I was seeing if they had foil printings and how many I could buy. Sorry, continue.
The next card is Reprocess.
Reprocess, okay. Sorry.
Why don't you read it for us this time?
Yeah, okay. 2 black for a sorcery. Sacrifice any number of artifacts, creatures, and or lands. Draw a card for each permanent sacrifice this way. I do like that.
Yeah, it got reprinted as a secret layer drop. You know, like the Galaxy foil, the one that they did with Edge of Eternities that was
so cool.
Messed up really bad, and everybody had to get customer service for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the foiling was really bad. It didn't like have any of the Galaxy foil spots on it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, this is a cool card. I don't know. I missed it once again. I missed it in the secret lair, and this is an old card that I've never played before. So I think it's sweet.
Again, what is cool about this is it is on resolution, right? So it's not like a lot of things are as
you don't get blown
cost,
out.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So that's cool. I like that.
It's kind of expensive, 2 black, but you could draw a lot of cards off of this, especially if you're the artifacts deck, right? If you like, think about this in Strephon, you made like 10 clue token or 10 blood tokens. So for 4 mana, you just get to sacrifice all your blood tokens and draw 10 cards.
Yeah, and it's also mass land sacrifice too. So if you're playing like
if you just
like
need
the
to go
new
deep,
Jund lands deck,
you
just like
that's sweet. I think this is a cool card.
That's really cool.
This next card is one that I've known about before. It is one that I've wanted to play, and I've not found a deck for it yet. So this is from Alliances. It's Soldevi Adnate. It's 1 and a black for a cleric. You tap, you sacrifice a black or artifact creature to add an amount of black equal to that creature's casting cost to your mana pool.
A repeatable burnt offering or sacrifice type effect. Very cool. I've only seen this one because I was going to build like a cleric tribal deck back in the day.
Yeah, I think this one's underplayed pretty severely. I think this is a great card.
Really cool card.
Yeah. Okay, one of the cards that started it all, this card I added in last minute just for this episode. This is a card that I drafted in that lower power cube that I told you about. And I was like, this is a commander card. I have never played this card in Commander. I've never seen this card in Commander. And I immediately went out and bought like 5 copies of it to put in my decks. This is Vendetta. It is 1 black mana for an instant. Destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. You lose life equal to that creature's toughness. Can I interest you in 1 mana instant speed removal in black?
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We already play like the whole non-black creature thing. We already play cards that do that. Like we already play. Which one is it? Go for the Throat or Infernal Grasp? Which one is it?
Doomblade, I think.
Well, Doomblade does. Doesn't one of the other one?
Go for the Throat. It's a non-artifact creature.
That's what I'm thinking of. Or like Shriekmaw. Like we play Shriekmaw. It's on a creature. I understand that's why you play Shriekmaw, but like I don't know. If Shriekmaw's playable, this is too probably.
Yeah, absolutely. And like losing life equal to his toughness is like sometimes a downside, and most times not very much. Like people are still on Feed the Swarm, which again hits other stuff.
Yep.
But like often hits creatures, and Vendetta will do that at instant speed, which is really good.
This is crazy. This card's like 15 cents. It's nuts.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay. This is another one where I need to put on your thinking cap. And I'll tell you which deck I think you should put this in. This is from Urza Saga. You know I just picked like all the Urza Saga cards. Witch Engine is 5 and a black for a 4/4 horror with Swamp Walk. It has tap, add black, 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 black to your mana pool. Target opponent gains control of Witch Engine.
Whoa. Okay, let me thinking cap this. So
go ahead.
Okay. So this has similar templating to oh no, not similar templating to Lion's Eye Diamond, because
to Humble Defector.
To Humble Defector, yeah. Okay.
To Wishclaw Talisman.
But as part of getting the mana, the opponent gains control, right? So you can't spend the mana on something to sacrifice this or anything like that.
You cannot, but because it targets a player, it is not a mana ability, which means that it uses the stack and can be responded to. So you can tap it, put the ability on the stack, untap it, tap it, put the ability on the stack, and you could potentially activate this multiple times for like 12 mana.
That's cool.
Like, so I was thinking this could be a Garth card where you have multiple untappers, and all of a sudden this is tapping for like a bajillion mana.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. Yeah. That's sweet.
So I think in the tap untap decks, this is a sick card.
Yeah, that I'm a fan. The only downside, being that because it's an instant speed ability and it can be responded to, you don't get the mana doesn't go into your pool, so you can't like.
It's true. Though if someone removes it in response, that's great for you. You still get the mana.
That's also true. So who cares? This is sweet.
Yeah, I think this is a cool one. Okay, let's get into red. I've got 3 cards in red, so get ready.
Okay.
The first one is from Alpha, though, so I'm curious to know if you've ever heard of this card. This is False Orders. I am going to read the errata text on this one because it is a bit messy. Cast this, it's an instant. 1 red mana for an instant. Cast this spell only during the Declare Blockers step. Remove target creature defending player controls from combat. Creatures it was blocking that had become blocked by only that creature this combat become unblocked. You may have it block an attacking creature of your choice.
Whoa, that last line makes it way better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because otherwise this is like an alpha strike where you just get through for damage.
Yep.
But the fact that you can have it block a different creature is quite good.
Yeah, so you could 2-for-1 someone in the sense that you get to push through the combat damage on a big creature that they had blocked, and then also kill that creature with another creature, or like get a saboteur trigger or something like that, right? Like there's kind of some sneaky ways that I think you could use this card.
Yeah. The best way you can use this card is to wait. Give me a second. Let me look up this. Let me make sure I'm not crazy.
I can't wait.
Is to remove a Lignify from one of your creatures.
Oh my god!
Is you swing with 2 creatures and then make them block the creature that is lignified.
I love it. Oh, I love how much that card haunts you. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible. I'm so upset about it still.
Let's also do, while we're talking about False Orders, let's talk about Outmaneuver, which is from Urza Saga. X and a red for an instant. X target blocked creatures deal combat damage to defending player instead of to blocking creatures this turn.
Whoa, that is cool. So essentially that effect, but essentially what I thought that effect was.
Yes.
Until
the first half of that card,
line.
Except for X creatures.
Yeah, it's isn't there a creature creatures assign combat damage as though they weren't blocked?
Yeah, there's a few of those. Yeah. What's cool about this one though is it's a surprise and it's not your creatures. So like if player B attacks player C with a bunch of big creatures and they block just right so they don't die, you can just outmaneuver them and they die. Which is pretty sweet.
Can I tell you how stupid I am? Is I looked at this card and I thought, okay, wait, but it only targets blocked creatures. And I was like, oh wait, that literally doesn't matter.
Yes, it does, because those are the only ones that are going to be assigning combat damage.
Yeah.
I love it. Also a very sneaky combat play is the 3rd red card. Apparently this is the only ones I cared about for red.
They're all combat tricks. That's so funny.
Last Ditch Effort is from Urza's Legacy. I think this is the Legacy one. Yeah. 1 red mana for an instant. Sacrifice X creatures. Last Ditch Effort does X damage to target creature or player.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Goblin Bombardment on an instant.
Yeah, for 1 mana. Yeah, which is pretty sweet. Yeah. So like this is the Zada deck, goes super wide, kills all but 1 player, and then just to clean up the board, just cast this, sacks all their creatures, and deals that much damage to the last player.
That's cool. I like that.
I think this one's really cool. Okay, that's red.
Love that.
Tricks.
I love that.
Okay,
green is harmonize.
Green. Oh, I've got a couple of goofy ones for you in green, and actually one that I think is pretty underplayed. Okay, I've got 4 green cards. First one, Liege of the Hollows. This is a reserve list card, and is wacky. 2 green for a 3/4 spirit. If Liege of the Hollows is put into any graveyard from play, each player may pay any amount of mana to put that number of squirrel tokens into play under his or her control. Treat those tokens as 1/1 green creatures.
Whoa. Okay. So big man, you're presumably you have the most mana when this dies.
Yeah, what's the Simic god?
I know what you're
Crufix?
talking about.
Is it?
Crufix? Yep.
Is that what it
Crufix.
is? I mean, this is
Yep.
sweet in a Crufix deck, but this is, yeah. I think there's ways to abuse this card where you're like sacking this for mana or something like that. Or this is great with the drain power where you drain your
That's what I was
opponent
just
for
thinking.
the mana.
That's what I was just thinking. You could also do something kind of goofy with Soul Devi Adnate, right? Like
Where you sacrifice it.
Sacrifice this, you get 4, and then you pay 4.
Yeah.
The problem is that's like you're losing a 3/4 for 4 1/1s, which is like
and then you need to wait to
1/1s.
and then you use No Rest for the Wicked to get the creature back.
That's
I think this is a goofy
good.
card. I think there's something fun to be had here.
I think there's cool stuff you can do. I believe. I'm a believer.
The next one is 1 and a green for Llanowar Druid. It's a 1/2 elf from whatever the book one is. Weatherlight. Tap, sacrifice Llanowar Druid, untap all forests.
Whoa.
You've never seen this card, right?
No, that's crazy.
This is crazy.
That's cool, actually.
This is Time Walking Green.
That is cool. Okay, so you play this with who's the guy that makes everything forests?
Yeah, Yavimaya.
Yavimaya the land,
Yeah.
but also
the Ashaya.
Ashaya, yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty and then there's probably some combos you can do with Llanowar Druid with that.
Yeah,
somehow.
you do have to sacrifice Llanowar Druid, which is rough, but there's certainly ways that you can get it back. Yeah, this card's
cool.
busted. I cannot believe I have played so many mono green decks. I cannot believe that I have never seen this card before.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It has 1 printing.
Wow, it's only 23 cents too.
Yeah, stocks on this card, man.
That's pretty sweet.
This is a crazy card.
That's good.
I like this card.
Because
This
it's
is a
just
card that I would play.
Like, it's like, oh shoot. Give me a second.
Like my Titania deck did not have this card in it, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It plays 40 forests.
I'm thinking of Vessel of Volatility. We just did like a chaos draft and Vessel of Volatility was in it. It's 1 in a red for an enchantment, and you can pay 1 in a red to sacrifice Vessel of Volatility and add 4 red to your mana pool.
Yeah,
which
so
is
you're
like
splitting
decent.
up the
Like,
cost. It's 4 mana to activate, to play and activate, but if you do it on 2 different turns, then you're essentially, it's a ritual.
You're banking mana. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is better than that. If
Way
if
better.
you're playing like mono green. Yeah, right? Because
Yeah.
you just you're on top of your opponent's forests, whatever. Like
Yeah. No one's
that's
playing
a
as many
huge-
basic forests as you are, though, if you're playing this card.
No, this is potentially a massive ritual. I like this card a lot, actually. This
Yeah, it's
for
cool.
sure sees play.
Yep.
Should see play.
Okay, the next one just caught a reprint. It was a $50 card, just got a reprint because it's from Portals 2 or something like that. Norwood Priestess is 2 green for a 1/1 elf. On your turn, before you attack, you may tap Norwood Priestess to put any green creature from your hand into play without paying for it. This is an Elvish Piper that only works for green creatures, and you don't have to pay mana. And it's like $1
cool.
now because it got reprinted.
I like it.
Yep. Easy. I mean, there's a lot of green creatures that do this, but here's another one if you haven't played this one before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's an elf and a druid, which is maybe relevant.
Yes. Okay, this one I think is very good in multicolor decks. You can only play Anaya Plus. Sky Shroud Elf is 1 and a green for a 1/1 elf. You can tap to add a green to your mana pool, play this ability as a mana source. You can pay 1, add white or red to your mana pool.
Oh, but it's not tapped, so you can filter infinitely.
It's unlimited
That's cool.
filtering for white and red.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is crazy. Like, this is another one. How have I never seen this in a commander game before in a Naya deck to just like fix your mana infinitely?
Yeah, it's like it's a 2 mana rock, which feels worse than like a
Sure.
1 mana thing. But like the fact
But
that
it taps for 3 colors. I mean, this is a Naya Hierarch for 1 extra mana that also allows all of your other mana sources.
That's crazy, right? Because you tap it for green and then just pay the 1 to turn it in. That's wild. That's actually so much better than it tapping for white or red.
I know. It's so good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, this is a crazy
really
card.
good.
And I've, once again, Tempest, a common from Tempest.
Also, art, very cool.
Very cool art. Yep. Okay, I have 3 more cards. Here's my multicolored card that has made it to my commander bucket list. This is Delirium. It is from Mirage. 1 black red for an instant. Play only on target opponent's turn. Tap target creature that player controls. That creature deals to the player an amount of damage equal to its power. The creature neither deals nor receives combat damage this turn.
Whoa. Okay, so it protects it from. So you don't. So you can do all while it's attacking potentially, right? And it won't deal combat damage to you.
Yep.
And it will do
but
damage.
Instead, it's a deflecting palm.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
But the creature doesn't have to attack to do it.
Yes. Also,
you can just like upkeep do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Really good against like Voltron players.
Yeah.
Just like have them smack themselves in the face with their commander is pretty sweet.
There's I mean, Infect is like you can really hose Infect players. It can really hose like Valgavoth is like one of the big. I mean, I guess why am I thinking of Rakdos? This is a Rakdos card, so you'd be playing it in Rakdos. But in any case,
sure,
very cool.
Yeah. I think this one's. I mean, there are other things that kind of have this similar effect, but my goal is to now just remove somebody from the game with Delirium. It's kind of like Rakdos Charm, right? Rakdos Charm just does 1 damage for each creature that they control. This is just like the go tall version instead of the go wide version.
It does feel like Rakdos Deflecting Palm, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
But I like
which
that
like
it
good
taps the creature down for the turn.
Yeah.
And it can't deal combat damage. I don't know. I think it seems really good.
No, it's like it is actually kind of better, and the art is also so cool.
Metal, yeah, super metal.
Yes.
Okay, I've got 2 more. The colorless card is a card that I did know about, and this is another one where I've just been looking for the right deck, and I may have found it with my Precon League deck. Portcullis is 4 mana for an artifact. Whenever any creature comes into play, if there are 2 or more other creatures in play, set that creature aside. If Portcullis leaves play, put the creature into play under its owner's control. So,
okay,
for every creature that enters after Portcullis has entered, if there are 2 or more creatures in play, the creatures get exiled. And then when Portcullis leaves, all of the creatures that have been exiled with Portcullis come back.
Interesting. Okay. So
notably hits token and non-token creatures.
Oh, that's big, actually. Yeah, because the
so if you can get your commander down and then stick Portcullis while everybody else is still kind of like developing their board, then like you're good. They can remove your creature and then play theirs instead. Like there are ways that this goes bad for you, but I think in general this is a extremely playable card.
Yeah, and there's also some cool ways for you to abuse it, and again, also for it to go wrong, like because all of the ETBs of all of those creatures that are under Portcullis will trigger simultaneously.
And notably, you do get the ETBs on the creatures before they get exiled, because it's whenever a creature enters, they get exiled. So you could really abuse this in a blink deck where you play all of your creatures, get the ETBs, blink Portcullis, they all come back, you get all the ETBs again.
And they're still and they stay on the battlefield, and then you get
no, they wouldn't, because Portcullis would come back in before its ability resolves.
Oh,
you could just keep blinking Portcullis, and then all of your creatures just keep coming back in, which is sick.
That's crazy. You know what? That works. I bet Portcullis and what is it?
Felidar Guardian or something.
Guardian?
Probably goes infinite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think this is a really cool card.
That's so cool. I'm looking at Portcullis on Commander Spellbook. Very cool.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's certainly an...
Yep. Felder Guardian, Portcullis, infinite blinking, infinite ETB, infinite LTB.
Yeah,
there you go.
This is a cool card. Okay, last one is a land. This is one that I had never seen before, though it has actually been reprinted in several precons, I believe. This is Fairy Conclave. It is a land from Urza's Legacy. It enters tapped. It taps for 1 blue mana. You can pay 1 and a blue, and it becomes a 2/1 blue fairy creature with flying until end of turn.
Oh, that's great.
I love this in like the Saboteur decks, like where you just care about like getting in for little chip damage here and there to like activate an ability. This is a great one, and the art from Urza's Legacy is so rad, and they haven't used it again since Urza's Legacy, and it has awesome old border art, and it's so cool.
No, that's really good. I guess I was thinking of Ink Moth Nexus, which
better. Ink Moth Nexus is better,
yeah.
for sure.
I was just looking at what I was looking. Okay, for sure, it's better. But what I was thinking of is I was trying to think of how much it costs to animate Ink Moth Nexus. Because if it was 2 mana, I was like, this is pretty comparable. But it is 1 mana to animate Ink Moth Nexus, which makes it super good. But this is still much better. Perfectly serviceable to turn into a 2/1 that flies in a limited environment for sure.
Yep. So this is one that's for sure going in my cube. I think it's playable in Commander if you're playing like the Felix 5 boots, style, the Gonti style. Like I just need to deal combat damage to you. Deck.
Nice. Yeah, I like it.
Serviceable. It's obviously been reprinted in the fairy precons because it's a fairy land. Yeah. Okay. That's what I've got for you. That was 33-ish cards that we talked about. How'd I do? Did I find some that you'd never heard of before?
A majority of them. Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
Good.
I really enjoyed that.
That was really fun talking about them. Hopefully we found some sweet cards that you can try playing. If you've played any of these cards, let us know which ones in the comments. We want to hear how you're using these because there are a lot of these that I want to play even if I don't have a place for them right now. So let us know how we should be thinking about these cards. Make sure to subscribe, join our Discord, and until next time, remember to always pay the 1.